Hello, we continue with our course. This is lecture number 5. We are going to continue with the immune system. We have done the immune system, which is a network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to protect the body. One of the important cells are white blood cells, also called leukocytes. These seek out and destroy disease-causing germs, disease-causing organisms, or disease-causing substances. The key primary lymphoid organs of the immune system are the thymus and bone marrow. The secondary are lymphatic tissues such as spleen, tonsils, lymph vessels, lymph nodes, adenoids. These are glands located in the roof of the mouth, and they produce antibodies which fight infection. And we also include immune cells and liver. On the troublemaker pathogens and disease. Pathogens are microscopic organisms that cause or can cause diseases. Pathogenic organisms are of 5 main types. We have viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and worms. So these are very tiny microscopic organisms which cause disease. They enter our bodies through the eyes, through the mouth, through the nose, and urogenital openings and wounds, or bites through the skin. So if you have an opening in your skin, you can have these organisms enter through that opening, and openings are wounds. So any part that is open on your body, even the genital openings, the eyes, mouth, as we have already covered, those are very susceptible to the microscopic organisms entering through them. So some diseases can enter the body through contact with infected skin or body fluids. You have examples if you think of diseases, microorganisms which can enter through contact with infected skin or body fluids. There are some diseases which you can catch through touching other people's skin or through touching other people's body fluids like urine, like mucus, like blood. These are all pathogens, and pathogens are very dangerous microscopic organisms that can cause disease. They can also transmit disease through indirect contact, such as when an infected person touches a door, a tap, a countertop, etc. These microbes are left on those surfaces. And then when somebody else comes and touches the same surface, it means that person has transferred the microorganisms from that surface to their hands. And then if this person touches the eyes and the nose, it means you are transferring the germs into your body through the eyes and nose. We have got a very good example these days of the coronavirus. It's a virus that we are all afraid of these days. And we are being told that the best way to protect ourselves is to wash hands, to be as hygienic as possible. And that's why it says, even when you have just gone out or you have touched something, when you come back home, remember to wash your hands. The idea of washing hands is to ensure that whatever you have touched and is clinging to your hands, that must be washed away. So washing hands is not just using water, but you have to use soap. Soap is very good at removing those pathogens from your hands. And avoid touching your eyes, because you are transferring those disease germs into your body through the eyes, through the nose, through any opening in your body. So there are some pathogens which can spread through coughing and sneezing or simply talking. A good example is the same coronavirus. We are told that if you cough, you are near somebody, and that those droplets are transferred to that other person through coughing, through sneezing, even through talking. Because as you are talking, there are some saliva droplets that come out of your mouth. And if you are close to somebody else, these pathogens can be transferred to that other person. So that's why we are being encouraged to wear masks. But in the absence of masks, just ensure that you are not very close to somebody and you are not transferring any disease germs, or you are not getting any disease germs from other people as they are sneezing, as they are talking, or as they are coughing. So common vehicles of transmission are food, water, and blood. When we say common vehicles of transmission, it means the virus, whatever pathogen, whether it's bacteria or whatever, has to move from one point to another. Now, for that pathogen to move from one point to another, we call it a vehicle. It's like you traveling by car from Lilongwe to Blantyre. That vehicle is transporting you. So here, the pathogens are transported by food. If they have fallen on food and you are eating that food, the food becomes a vehicle of transmission. If the pathogen is in water, you are drinking dirty, unsafe water, you are transferring those pathogens into your body through the water. Or if the blood is poisoned with the pathogens and it is being transfused to other person's body, maybe it hasn't been checked properly, then that blood becomes a vehicle of transmission. You are transmitting the germs. Now we have vectors. Vectors are organisms such as fleas, mites, ticks, flies, mice, and mosquitoes. These can also transmit diseases. You know, they are not pathogens themselves, but they are vectors. They carry disease germs from one point to another, but they are living things. It's things that you can see, organisms that you can see. They are not microscopic. It's something that you can see. That's why they are known as vectors, and they are also able to transmit. You can discuss among yourselves to see which diseases are transferred by fleas, which ones are by mites, which ones are by ticks, flies, mice, mosquitoes, and so on. So transmission can be airborne through evaporated droplets or through dust particles containing microorganisms which are suspended in the air for a long time. An example of diseases that are transferred through the air and they are being suspended there in the air for a long time could be TB, tuberculosis, measles, and any pulmonary diseases. Pulmonary diseases are diseases that affect the lung.